We're going to explain how to avoid unrecognized arguments when using Python's Argparse module. This is a common issue when building command line interfaces, and understanding how to handle it makes your scripts more robust and user-friendly. The Argparse module is incredibly useful for creating user-friendly command line interfaces. But if a user provides an argument your script doesn't understand, it will usually crash with an error. Here's how to prevent that. 1. Understanding the problem. The core problem is that Argparse, by default, throws an error if it encounters an argument it wasn't explicitly defined to handle. This is helpful for catching typos or incorrect usage, but it can lead to abrupt program termination, which is not ideal for a user-friendly experience. 2. Using add argument to define expected arguments. The solution starts with properly defining all the arguments your script expects. For each argument, use parser.addArgument. This function takes several key parameters, name or flags. This is how the user will specify the argument on the command line, e.g., f, file a name, input file. Action. This determines what happens with the argument, e.g., store, store true, store false, append. Type. This specifies the data type of the argument, e.g., int, float, str. Help. A brief description of the argument for the help message. Example, parser.addArgument, filename help, the input filename typester. 3. The parseArgs method and its namespace. Object. Once you've defined all your expected arguments, you use parseArgs. This function attempts to parse the command line arguments. If it encounters an unrecognized argument, it will raise an error unless you've implemented error handling. ParseArgs returns a namespace object containing the parsed arguments. 4. Handling unrecognized arguments. Gracefully. There are several ways to handle this gracefully. The most straightforward is using a try-except block to catch the system exit exception that parseArgs raises when it encounters an unrecognized argument. Within the except block, you can print a custom error message, display help information, or take other corrective actions instead of letting the program crash. 5. Example code. Let's illustrate this. Consider a script that takes a file name and an optional flag. Python import argparse parser equals argparse. Argument parser description, my script. Parser.addArgument. File name, help, input file, required. True, parser.addArgument. Verbose, action, store true, help, verbose output. Try, args equals parser. Parse args of print f file name, args file name. If args.verbose, print verbose mode enabled. Accept system exit as e print, error, unrecognized argument, or missing required argument, use help for usage. This script will handle unrecognized arguments without crashing. It demonstrates how to require arguments, required true, and use Boolean flags, the action store true. This improved error handling creates a better user experience. Remember to always define your expected arguments carefully using add argument, and handle potential errors using try-except blocks to make your command line tools more robust.